Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gilcone Field. We're nearing the start of North Carolina Wesleyan and Brevard College. Big matchup between these two, both tied for first place in the USA South Conference, 6-0 league marks thus far. Had a lot of rain this morning, but the field has bounced back quickly thanks to a lot of hard work by the Brevard College baseball team, and we have sunny skies now. Heavy wind gust at times, so we'll keep an eye on that also. But stick with us. We're going to have some pregame ceremonies with a ceremonial first pitch to go along with our starting lineups and national anthem. Then we'll get this thing started in about 10 minutes. North Carolina Wesleyan, Brevard College baseball coming up next. And welcome once again to Gilcone Field on the campus of Brevard College. Trenton Anderson taking his final warm-up pitches. He will be on the mound for the Tornadoes in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Big matchup in the USA South Conference. Both these teams undefeated, sitting atop the standings, 6-0 in conference play thus far. Tornadoes as they line up defensively. Left field, Lucas Granada. In center field is Logan Clark. In right field, Zach Allison. At third base, Frankie Vasquez. At shortstop, Luke Morton. Blake Burchett's the second baseman. Cale Ayler, the first baseman. Tristan Robinson behind the plate. And leading off for the Battling Bishops will be Zach Lyon. So Zach Lyon will get things started for the Battling Bishops. And first pitch from Trenton Anderson is ball off the plate. First pitch at 1:01 p.m. Eastern Time. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. Tornadoes in their home white uniforms. Battling Bishops in the navy blue as that pitch high outside, ball 2. Just getting started here. First at-bat of the afternoon, a twin bill here at Gilcone Field as this is hammered foul down the left field line. So 2-1 the count. Zach Lyon. Lyon Chung Hobbs, the 1-2-3 hitters for North Carolina Wesleyan. Morgan Barker Scott, 4-5-6. 7-8-9 are Paget Moskal and Quintana. That pitch off the mark, ball 3. So hitters count early on here for Lyon. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Full count here to Zach Lyon. And got him looking there. Strikeout number 1 of the day for Trenton Anderson, and 1 down. That'll bring up Luke Chung. Now batting, shortstop number 11, Luke Chung. So Luke Chung will step to the plate. So Anderson able to retire leadoff hitter Lyon on 6 pitches. Pitch here off the plate, ball 1. 1 down, nobody on. So Lyon Chung Hobbs, Morgan Barker Scott, Paget Moskal Quintana. The batting order for North Carolina Wesleyan as that pitch just misses, ball 2. The wind is considerable, folks. I can't underscore this enough. Good conditions up here in the booth for us. However, gusty winds at times as this is blasted deep to left center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Chung. So runner aboard and in scoring position for the Battling Bishops. That'll bring up Hobbs. Now batting, first baseman number 15, Jackson Hobbs. So Hobbs will step to the plate. Bats from the right side. And a runner in scoring position. Now the wind gusting probably a good 20, 25 miles per hour at times. And at a steady clip kind of throughout, despite whether it's gusting or not. Blowing currently from right to left field. I've seen hats blow off both players and spectators in the pregame as this is driven to right field for out number 2. Runner tags. And now going home on a throwing error, so it'll be out number 2, but the run scores on the error on the throw there as the runner tagged as Chung scores 1-0 North Carolina Wesleyan. Now batting, second baseman number 23, Davey Morgan. And that'll be out number 3 there, but North Carolina Wesleyan, an unearned run as a error forces a run home for North Carolina Wesleyan. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Your score, NC Wesleyan 1, Tornado 0. So Blake Burchett will get things started for the Tornadoes. And Tornadoes in a 1-0 deficit here early on. And first chance for the Tornado Bats to get after it. On the mound for North Carolina Wesleyan, Payne Stolesworth. And first pitch from Stolesworth off the plate, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Just getting started here. Blake Burchett, nation's leader in stolen bases. And leadoff hitter for the Nados. Pitch here. Across the plate, 1-1. Bottom of inning number 1. 1-0 North Carolina Wesleyan. 1-1 the count to Burchett. And the pitch. Across the plate there, 1-2. Tornadoes batting order, Burchett, Morton, Clark, 1, 2, 3. Ayler, Vasquez, Granada, 4, 5, 6. Cruz, Robinson, Allison, 7, 8, 9. As that's fouled away. So the count will run to 1-2. Big time matchup here in the USA South Conference. These two teams sitting atop the conference standings, each entering today with a 6-0 league mark. Pitch here, fouled off once again towards the McCoy Tennis Complex. Considerable rain this morning. Some even thunder and lightning in the area, but field has bounced back quickly. Really hat tip to all the folks who worked on the grounds here. And called strike there for out number 1, and that'll bring up Luke Morton. Now batting for Tornadoes, the shortstop, number 3, Luke Morton. So Luke Morton will step to the plate. So Morton takes a strike there. And now hammers that into center field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Logan Clark. Now batting. Board for Clark. After the base hit from Morton. So tying run at first here in the bottom of the first. Pitch there outside, ball 2. North Carolina Wesleyan, their infield defense. Barker is the catcher. Third base is Quintana. Shortstop Chung. Second base Morgan. First base Hobbs. His pickoff throw to first to keep Luke Morton honest. Outfield from left to right. Zach Lyon, Drifton Paget, and Alex Moscal. Pitch here. Swing and a miss. Good looking pitch to make the count 2-1 here. Bottom of inning number 1. Cale Ayler awaits on deck. Another pickoff throw. And it's going to be ruled a balk. So certainly that transaction works in the Tornadoes' favor as now Morton moves into scoring position. An early balk on Payne Stolesworth. And that moved to first. Pitch here inside, 3-1. Logan Clark, the USA South Conference Rookie of the Year as a freshman, junior season here in 2023, native of St. Petersburg, Florida, St. Petersburg High School. Swing and a miss there. The count will run full. Connor Crosby, who we expect to see as the starting pitcher in game number 2, also a St. Petersburg High School product, just like Clark. Pitch here. This is popped up, shallow left field, and able to retire Clark as the left fielder Lyon for out number 2. Now batting for Tornadoes, first baseman number 26, Cale Ayler. So now to bring up Cale Ayler. First pitch there, missing, ball 1. Second pitch fouled off. 2-1 the count with 2 outs. Cale Ayler with Morton, the runner, on second, and able to paint the outside part of the plate there was Stolzworth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Bottom of inning number 1. And the pitch. Missing there, so for the second straight at bat, a full count. And Ayler will size things up here. Big power hitter for the Tornadoes, hitting that cleanup spot. Starting first baseman. He pops this up. This is in foul territory. And a very difficult play, especially considering the win for Javi Quintana, the third baseman of the battling Bishops. So at-bat will continue. This next pitch will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. As that's fouled away. So at-bat continuing on this battle between Stolzworth and Ayler. And the 3-2. Fouled off there, so the drama continues between these two. Third straight foul off. And this next pitch will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat. And able to get him looking. So that battle goes the way of Stolzworth. And we'll head to the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left on. Your score, North Carolina Wesleyan 1, Brevard 0. Top of inning number 2, Jaden Barker leads off for the battling Bishops. First pitch from Anderson across the plate. Strike 1. Trenton Anderson did allow a run in that first inning. However, it was unearned after a error by the Tornado defense, As this chopper gets by Vasquez, that'll be a base hit for Barker. So runner aboard. That'll bring up Scott. Now batting the DH number 20, Blake Scott. So Scott will step to the plate. Left-handed hitter for the Battling Bishops. Oh, 1 the count to Scott. Sharply hit ground ball to Burchett. He's going to make the play at first. Runner advances to second. For out number 1. Now batting center field number 5, Drifton Paget. So that'll bring up Paget. Runner at second, 1 out. And pitch there off the mark. 1-0 the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. And pitch there off the mark. Now 2 balls, no strikes. First game of a Saturday afternoon doubleheader. This series was originally scheduled to start at 12 noon today, but with the heavy rain expected this morning, which we did indeed endure, decision was made earlier in the week, seeing the forecast, to start this series at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and use that extra hour for field prep. And that plan worked masterfully because the field's in great condition as we are now underway. Tornadoes and Battling Bishops, and now runners first and second. Now batting right field number 25, Alex Moskal. So I'll bring up Moskal, and first pitch called strike. So runners first and second. Count 0-1 with 1 out. Pitch there, across the plate. 0-2. Chopper here. Ayler is there. That's going to be an infield base hit. Not much Ayler could do with that. And that's going to load the bases. Now batting third baseman number 21, Javi Quintana. That'll bring up Quintana. So bases loaded. As first pitch is a true one. Strike 1. As Quintana fooled on that first pitch offering from Anderson. Next pitch in the dirt, blocked well by Tristan Robinson. 1-1 the count. Inside, ball 2. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled away. So the count run to 2-2. The The pitch from Anderson, fouled straight back. Quintana, the 9-hole hitter, starting third baseman, sophomore out of Plant City, Florida, central part of the state. Pitch here, fouled away. Durant High School. We've seen a few battles already between Stolesworth and the Tornado hitters. Now a battle brewing between Anderson and Quintana. Pitch here. Able to get him looking. Painting the outside part of the plate there was Anderson. That's a huge strikeout with the bases loaded. And that'll bring up Lyon. Now batting left field number 42, Zach Lyon. So Lyon, back to the top of the order we go. And he has an opportunity here with the bases loaded. First pitch, high, ball one. Pitch there across the plate, 1-1 the count. And the pitch. This is chopped, and it gets through the left side of the infield. That's going to be a 2 RBI single for Lyon, and 3-0 your score. Now batting shortstop number 11, Luke Chung. So Lyon able to get that past Vasquez over at third base. Once again, just one of these seeing eye singles. First pitch off the plate, ball one. And a 2 RBI single for Lyon. Now runners first and second with 2 outs for Chung. A 3-0 early statement by the battling Bishops, as that pitch is going to be a wild pitch. And both runners advance in the process. So now runners second and third for Chung. Bats from the left side, starting shortstop for the Bishops. Hails all the way from Santa Clarita, California. 2-1 the count. And the pitch. Grounded to Burchett. He plays it over to Ayler, and that'll be out number 3. So Tornadoes able to get the third out and strand 2 battling Bishops. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. There were 2 runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second with your score. North Carolina Wesleyan 3, Brevard 0. So due up for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the second. Frankie Vasquez, Lucas Granada, and Parker Cruz. As Tornadoes now in a 3-0 deficit after Carolina Wesleyan able to get 2 runs in that top of the second. First pitch, swing and a miss. And Stolesworth will go back to work. That was his 25th pitch of this contest. He's had an active first inning, 1-1 the count, despite missing or not allowing a tornado run, rather, just 1 hit allowed, but he had a couple of very long at-bats with the Tornado hitters. The 2-1, grounded right up the middle. That's going to be played in very deep part of the infield there. What a play by the shortstop of North Carolina Wesleyan. As Vasquez is retired, 6-3. That'll bring up Lucas Granada. Now batting for your Tornadoes, left fielder number 1, Lucas Granada. So Lucas Granada will step to the plate. First pitch called strike. What a play there by Luke Chung. That ball was hit very deep in that gap between short and second, and Chung able to come up with it, spin, and then fire off to Hobbs to retire Vasquez. 1-2 the count. And the pitch. Way inside, 2-2 the count. With nobody on here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Fouled out of play. This wind is wrecking havoc on any high pop-up. As Hobbs gave chase to that one, and it was an adventure, but unable to come up with the play. 2-2 the count. On deck for the Tornadoes, Parker Cruz. Pitch here, high and inside, ball 3. And the pitch. Off the mark, ball 4, so Granada will draw the walk, and that'll bring up Parker Cruz. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the designated hitter number 32, Parker Cruz. So Cruz the batter, runner at first, that's Granada. 1 out. Bottom of inning number 2. First pitch to Cruz off the mark, ball 1. Parker Cruz, senior for the Nados, out of Coates, North Carolina. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, runner at first. And the pitch. Popped up. And that's going to be out number 2 as Hobbs able to retire Cruz. And that'll bring up Tristan Robinson. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the catcher number 2, Tristan Robinson. So Robinson will step to the plate. Runner at first, that's Granada. 2 outs. A 3-0 lead for NC Wesleyan. Pickoff throw to first to keep Granada honest. First pitch, check swing, called strike. Well, busy day around Tornado Athletics. Softball teams in action on the road. Tennis has a home match on the women's side. Women's lacrosse happening right now nearby at Isla Family Field. First pitch there, across the plate, strike 2. Men's lacrosse is on the road, as is track and field. So as they say, a loaded potato of Brevard College Tornado Athletics on this Saturday afternoon. Pitch here. Popped up to left field, and that'll be out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 Tornado base runner left on base. Your score at the end of 2, North Carolina Wesleyan 3, Brevard 0. As we head to the top of the third, Trenton Anderson will go back to work. Due up for the Battling Bishops. 3, 4, 5 hitters. Hobbs, Morgan, and Barker. First pitch called strike. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. First pitch outside off the plate. 1-1. Swing and a miss there. 1-2 the count. Well, we had a great moment before the game. Ray Gill throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. We'll tell you more about Ray in just a moment as that pitch in the dirt. So runner will advance on the strikeout. Now batting second baseman number 23, Davey Morgan. So official scoring decision on that last transaction, a swinging strikeout, but then a pass ball advances Hobbs to first. So no outs. 0-1 the count to Morgan. Well, Ray Gill, the acting president of the Transylvania Little League, such a big part of all the things we do here at Brevard College, public address announcer for Brevard College football, along with men's and women's basketball, and one of the more prolific baseball alums we've ever had here at Brevard College. He was a 27th round draft pick in the Major League Baseball draft by the San Diego Padres. 2005 alum. As strikeout there for out number 1. Now batting, catcher number 6, Jaden Barker. So back-to-back strikeouts for Anderson as this first pitch is sliced down the right field line, out of play. Big effort there from Allison, but just a little out of his reach. But appreciate that effort from the Tornado right fielder. Back-to-back strikeouts for Anderson, yet only one out because of the pass ball that advanced Hobbs to first after the swinging strike 3. Getting things sorted out here. Allison getting back in position in right field. He lost his cap in the process. The wind certainly a factor today, and we'll continue to monitor that. But best news of all, sunny skies. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. Anderson versus Barker, a 3-0 North Carolina Wesleyan lead. One unearned run in the first inning, and then Battling Bishops added 2 more in the second. Pitch there, away, 1-2 the count. Wind now gusting yet again, blowing in from center. Pitch there, off the mark, 2-2. On deck for the Battling Bishops is Blake Scott. Now a discussion between the umpire on the bases and Trenton Anderson. Looks like going to switch up the baseball. Van Loosader, the umpire behind the plate. Brett Bullard, the umpire on the bases. 2-man crew. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Driven to right center field, and that is going to get by Allison, and runners now second and third for NC Wesleyan. Ruled a double, so now runners second and third with 1 out. Now batting DH number 20, Blake Scott. Fifth hit of the contest for the Battling Bishops. First pitch off the mark, ball 1. Just missing there, ball 2. A number of the base hits by the Battling Bishops have been of the seeing eye variety. A couple choppers that got through the infield, that sort of thing. But a good piece of hitting there by Barker, the double that now creates a runner second and third situation. This is chopped into play. Burchett zips it over to Ayler, and able to score the run, RBI ground out for run number 4. Now batting center field number 5, Drifton Paget. So Burchett able to make that play. That was really tight over at first base. But an RBI ground out scores Hobbs, moves Barker to third. Run is unearned. If you recall, a pass ball on a strikeout is what got Hobbs on base to begin with. And then a hit by pitch is going to give the battling Bishops runners first and third. Now batting right field number 25, Alex Moskal. First pitch called strike to Moskal. So the hit by pitch gives battling Bishops even more life here in the top of the third. A 4-0 lead for NC Wesleyan. Runner going. Robinson fires away, but that'll be a stolen base. Pitch was a ball. So now runners second and third. 2 runners in scoring position here with 2 outs. Top of inning number 3, game number 1 of the series, game number 1 of a Saturday doubleheader. Game 3 of the series will be tomorrow. Pitch here, driven down the left field line, out of play. Anderson now has hit 60 pitches. So both these starting pitchers have had a lot of work in these early innings. And once again, Anderson has not been hit hard. Several seeing eye singles and that kind of thing. Also, an error and a pass ball have led to North Carolina Wesleyan success. That's driven deep to left field over the head of Lucas Granada. That's going to be a 2 RBI double. And 2 more unearned runs come in as the score now 6-0. Now batting number 21, Javi Quintana. So I'll bring up Quintana. 9-hole hitter, first pitch swing and a miss. That was a well-struck ball there, however. And Moskal blasted that all the way to the warning track. Drove home 2 more runs for NC Wesleyan. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. 6 runs on 6 hits. And the pitch. Fouled back. 1-2. And the pitch. Blocked by Robinson. 2-2 the count. Hit by pitch. That's the second hit by pitch of the inning. And now runners first and second with 2 outs for Lyon. So back to the top of the order we go for the battling Bishops. Now batting left field number 42, Zach Lyon. third at bat here for Lyon. So Battling Bishops have batted completely through the order twice now. Starting to see some movement out in the Tornado bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that, as this is driven out of play, fouled off over the first base dugout, which is occupied by the visitors from North Carolina Wesleyan. Tornadoes on the third base dugout. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Missing there. 1-2. Two now, the count with 2 outs. Trying to get this third out, get out of this inning here in the top of the third. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered, as Anderson able to retire Lyon looking. Will head to the bottom of the third. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. There were 2 left on. But North Carolina Wesleyan able to extend their lead to 6-0. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Gilcone Field. Your score: Battling Bishops 6, Tornado 0. So Zach Allison will lead things off for the Tornadoes. Allison, Burchett, and Morton, the 9-1-2 hitters. Big deficit to try to dig yourself out of here, down 6-0 through 2.5 innings. Pitch from Stolesworth. Missing there, ball 2. This is driven down the right field line, and that'll be caught by Moscow for out number 1. Back to the top of the order we go. Blake Burchett. Now batting for Tornadoes, second baseman number 6, Blake Burchett. So Burchett steps to the plate. Update from women's lacrosse: Brevard 10, NC Wesleyan 1 in the second period. As some excitement here at Gilcone Field over that early score. Softball underway in Buena Vista, Virginia. No score early going there, and also no score early going as Tornadoes men's lacrosse is at William Peace. 2-0 the count. And the pitch. Called. Check that, it was an 0-2 count. My mistake, and called strike 3 there. to retire Burchett on 3 pitches. Now batting for your Tornado shortstop number 3, Luke Morton. So now 2 down, nobody on. Here's Morton. First pitch, ball. Stolesworth, 1 hit, no runs allowed thus far. That was his 3rd strikeout that we just witnessed there with Burchett. Anderson has 5 strikeouts through 3 innings for the Tornadoes. Has allowed 6 runs, but only 2 of them earned. Pitch here, called strike, so 2-2 the count. Morton 1 for 1 on the day, looking for his 2nd hit of the ball game, but swings at that pitch for strike number 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Stolesworth, and he's able to blank the Tornado hitters in that bottom of the 3rd. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Your score: North Carolina Wesleyan 6, Brevard 0. Two, 3, 4 hitters for NC Wesleyan. Chung, Hobbs, and Morgan. First pitch inside, ball 1. Chopper here, and runner aboard as Chung takes first base. The count. Runner at second after Chung steals second after an infield hit. As that's fouled off, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 now the count. If you haven't been out here to Gilcone Field, what a concession stand we have. Popcorn, peanuts, even something called an Airhead Extreme that I'm not completely familiar with. Has out number 1 there. That'll bring up Davey Morgan. Now batting second baseman number 23, Davey Morgan. So Morgan, the batter, first pitch swings and a miss. Anderson, pitch number 82. We've got some action in the Tornado bullpen. We'll try to get you an ID on that. Looks like Cesar Rodriguez warming up. So we'll keep an eye on that as Anderson's pitch count continues in the 80s now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. Top of inning number 4. And the pitch. Chopped out of play. 1-2. Runner going, and another stolen base for Chung. Pitch was a ball, so 2-2 will be the count, but now Chung on third with just 1 out. A 6-0 lead for NC Wesleyan, game 1 of this doubleheader. Count runs full. As this is driven to center, Logan Clark dives for it, gets past him, bounces all the way to the wall, and that's going to be a triple for Morgan to score another run, as it's now 7-0, battling Bishops. On the RBI triple from Morgan. Now batting catcher number 6, Jaden Barker. So now a 7-0 advantage. And another run will come home. On what had to be a balk. So now 8-0 NC Wesleyan. As everything seems to be going right for the battling Bishops. Tough day at the office so far. Game 1 of the doubleheader here for the Tornadoes. Sharply hit ground ball to short. Nice play there by Luke Morton. And he's able to zip it over to Ayler for out number 2. Now batting DH number 20, Blake Scott. So I'll bring up Blake Scott. A 8-0 advantage. The battling Bishops have scored in every inning of this contest. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 here in the fourth. Chopper to first, Ayler able to make the play, and that'll be out number 3 on the unassisted ground out to first. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, no left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with your score. NC Wesleyan 8, Tornado 0. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. Tornadoes trailing 8-0. Clark, Ayler, and Vasquez, your hitters. Stolesworth will go back to work here. First pitch, an appeal to first base and called strike. So 0-1 the count. 0-1. And the pitch there off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Called strike there, 1-2. And the pitch. Driven out of play. Count will remain 1-2. Popped up here, and that'll be out number 1 of the inning. So that's caught in foul territory. Now batting for your Tornadoes, first baseman number 26, Cale Ayler. So that'll bring up Ayler with Vasquez on deck. Pitch from Stolesworth outside, ball 1. Update from the Tornadoes bullpen. Noah Webb, number 23, the left-hander, warming up. 1-1 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. Bases empty. 1 out. Bottom of inning number 4. It's been all battling Bishops here in game 1 of this doubleheader. An 8-0 advantage. Pitch here. Outside. 2-2. These two teams will play 2 today, 1 tomorrow. 3-game series. Whoever comes out of this series ahead will have sole possession of first place of the USA South Conference. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there. So able to retire Ayler. That'll bring up Vasquez. Now batting for Tornadoes, third baseman number 19, Frankie Vasquez. So Vasquez will step to the plate. Strikeout number 5 there for Stolzworth. First pitch there, high. He's only allowed a hit through now 3 2/3 innings. One the count. Only Tornado base hit came off the bat of Luke Morton. 1-2 now the count. And the pitch. Inside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch. Called strike there, so strikeout number 6. As Vasquez is retired, no runs, no hits, no errors, no left on base. We'll head to the top of the 5th with your score. NC Wesleyan 8, Brevard 0. So Trenton Anderson's outing will continue. Up here in the press box, we have him at 91 pitches. Pitch here across the plate. Due up for NC Wesleyan, Paget, Moscal, and Quintana. Pitch there, fouled off. 0-2 the count. The pitch to Paget. Off the plate there, 1-2. Paget has 2 runs scored on the afternoon. Grounder here gets through the right side of the infield for a base hit. And runner aboard. That'll be Paget. Now batting right fielder number 25, Alex Moscal. That'll bring up Alex Moscal, 8-hole hitter with a runner aboard. Moscal 2 for 2 on the day. Pair of RBIs also. As that pitch is wild, gets past Robinson all the way to the backstop, and runner will advance. So 1-0 the count, and runner now at second on the wild pitch. Noah Webb continuing to loosen, the Tornado lefty out in the bullpen. As this is chopped foul, 1-1. To give you some perspective, this is the 23rd at-bat thus far for NC Wesleyan. Tornadoes with 13 at-bats thus far in this contest. 2-1 the count. Runner at second. The pitch. Fouled away there, 2-2. And if you look at it from the batter's faced perspective, 26-14, the advantage for the Battling Bishops. 3-2 the count. Well, appreciate you wherever you may be tuning in from. As this is driven straight up the middle, and another run will come home and make it a 9-0 advantage for the Battling Bishops. Oh, 2 the count. A 9-0 advantage. Anderson continues his outing, and stolen base here. As Moscal will advance to second. No outs here, and the pitch inside, 1-2. Low. Able to catch the inside part of that plate, but that pitch was low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line. NC Wesleyan under the direction of Greg Clifton, assisted by Clint Marsh and Derek Carter. Tornadoes head coaches Mike Victory, associate head coach Rob Julian, Steve Huckey, and Ben Melton are the volunteer assistant coaches. So ruled a wild pitch. Now some more discussion in the infield. The home plate umpire. But now runner at third with no outs. Anderson over the 100 pitch mark now. And the pitch. Grounded to Burchett. He's able to take care of out number 1, hold the runner at third. So 1 down now, and back to the top of the order we go, Zach Lyon. Now batting left field, number 42, Zach Lyon. This will be Lyon's 4th at-bat already. 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of RBIs. Wind continuing to whip into Gilcone Field here, as this is driven to left field, and that's going to be a RBI line drive single for Lyon. That's going to score Moscal. Score now 10-0. And now head coach Mike Victory is going to head to the mound. And most likely a pitching change coming here. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. Your score here at Gilcone Field, top of inning number 5. NC Wesleyan 10, Brevard 0. So new pitcher for the Tornadoes is Noah Webb, sophomore lefty from Silva, North Carolina. Not too far from us here in Brevard, Smoky Mountain High School product. And Noah Webb will go to work. His first pitch fouled off there by Luke Chung. Chung 2 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. Runner at first with 1 out, a 10-0 lead for the visitors. NC Wesleyan battling Bishops. Pitch there off the plate. An exciting time of year in the sports world. Final 4 happening both on the men's and women's side. Electric atmosphere last night in Dallas for Iowa and South Carolina in the women's Final 4 as that pitch off the plate. 2-1 the count. Webb versus Chung, men's Final 4 getting going this evening. Miami Hurricanes versus UConn in one semifinal. In the Florida Atlantic Owls. What a South Florida flavor to this year's Final 4. Florida Atlantic taking on San Diego State. 3 of the 4 teams, their first trip to the Final 4. 2-2 the count after that was fouled away. Championship game for the women on Sunday, for the men on Monday. Iowa versus LSU tomorrow in that women's championship game. But exciting stuff across the world of college basketball as that is fouled off, and the at-bat will continue. Major League Baseball getting started, opening day just a couple days ago, and a lot of excitement across the country for Major League Baseball. We're well underway there. A few storylines, of course, the new pitch clock, certainly a polarizing topic across a lot of pundits. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And no indication from the umpire whether that was a ball or a strike. Seemed like clearly Chung had gone around, but he consults with the umpire on the bases. He says he did not go around, so stolen base for Lyon in the process. And 3-2 the count. Webb will go back to work here against Chung. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Webb versus Hobbs. And this is fouled away. Masters Golf coming up this weekend. So as we shift from March Madness into April, NBA and NHL playoffs right around the corner as well. Life of a sports fan, a 12-month-a-year, 365-day per year endeavor. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, the pitch. Driven to left field. Lyon's going to be waved home, and that's going to be another run for the battling Bishops on the RBI single by Hobbs. That'll bring up Morgan. Now batting second baseman number 23, Davey Morgan. "11 runs on 12 hits. Interesting anomaly here. Webb wears 23, as does Morgan. So 23 versus 23. And speaking of college basketball and the sport of basketball, no one more famous than number 23, Michael Jordan. This pitch there off the plate. So we'll see who wins this battle of the 23s. Morgan versus Webb. Off speed there, off the plate, 2-1. Last offering from Webb, his curveball. And then this is popped up. It's in foul territory. Vasquez camping out under it and able to make the play for out number 3. So your score, North Carolina Wesleyan 11, Brevard 0. Granada, Cruz, and Robinson due up for the Tornadoes. First pitch there, swing and a miss, strike one. Stolesworth has been outstanding as that's driven to left field. Second hit of the game for the Tornadoes. Now bring up Parker Cruz. Now batting for your Tornadoes, DH number 32, Parker Cruz. So Cruz the batter. So Tornadoes now with 2 hits. 1 from Granada, which you just saw there, and also Luke Morton very early in this contest with a base hit as well. See if Cruz can keep that trend going. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Bottom of inning number 5, 11-0 NC Wesleyan. Game 1 of a doubleheader, game 1 of a 3-game series. The pitch. This is driven to deep center field, and Padgett able to make the play there. Nice job by Padgett. Not an easy day in the outfield for these outfielders with the heavy winds we're seeing. But nicely done there by Padgett. Now batting for your Tornadoes, number 2, the catcher, Tristan Robinson. So I'll bring up Tristan Robinson. 0 for 1 on the day. Pick-off throw to first to keep Granada honest. One-0 the count, 1 out. Granada at first. Tristan Robinson, your batter. Stolesworth, the starting pitcher for NC Wesleyan, continuing his outing. Pitch there, swing and a miss. There is some movement in the battling Bishop's bullpen. Also looks like there might be a new arm getting loosened up a little bit in the Tornadoes bullpen, but maybe just some scurrying around by the Tornadoes relievers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, the pitch. Called strike there. 1-2 the count. And the pitch. Grounder deep in the pocket there and short, and that'll be an infield base hit. So back-to-back, check that, 2 base hits this inning. And runners now first and second for Zach Allison. Now batting here, Tornadoes right fielder number 4, Zach Allison. So Allison will step to the plate. And the pitch. Called strike. Zach Allison, senior outfielder from nearby Hendersonville, North Carolina, West Henderson High School. As that is out of play for strike 2. Granada, your base runner at second. Robinson at first. 1 out here. An 0-2 count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Allison retired. There'll be 2 outs for leadoff hitter Blake Burchett. Now batting for your Tornadoes, second baseman number 6, Blake Burchett. So Burchett steps to the plate. Opportunity here with 2 runners aboard, 2 outs. And the pitch. High inside, ball one. Temperature has risen throughout the early afternoon. Now 74 degrees here in Brevard. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 the count. If the inning continues, Luke Morton awaits on deck. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, 2 aboard, and the pitch. Called strike 2. Blake Burchett, senior from Mooresville, North Carolina, Mooresville High School. Pitch there, missing, ball 2. First cousin of Tornado senior Brett Burchett, team captain, and anyways, a big leader on this ball club. We likely will see him behind the plate for game 2 of this doubleheader. Connor Crosby, the scheduled starting pitcher for game number 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Bottom of the 5th, an 11-0 NC Wesleyan advantage. And hit by pitch there, so this will load the bases. And that'll bring up Luke Morton. Now batting for your Tornadoes shortstop number 3, Luke Morton. So Morton steps to the plate. Granada, your base runner, on third. Robinson at second. Blake Burchett at first. And this pitch momentarily got by the catcher, Barker, and he was able to recover. Got to credit Barker, able to quickly take care of that situation after it popped out of his glove and able to hold the runners. 1-0 the count. Opportunity for Morton and the Tornadoes offense to try to break through here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss there. 1-1. Use that. And the pitch. A wild pitch there is going to score the first run of the game for the Tornadoes. So that pitch off the mark, and all the runners advance. So credit a run for the Tornadoes on the wild pitch. Some good opportunistic base running there as Granada comes across, and Robinson and Burchett each move up a station. Was a slider that missed from Stolesworth. Pitch here off the plate. He's been using that slider throughout the contest. The wind continues to whip through. You're seeing some of the infield dirt go airborne as well. Heavy, heavy winds here in the mountains of western North Carolina. Called strike 3 is going to retire Morton. The Tornadoes able to get a run in the process. One run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Your score, NC Wesleyan 11, Brevard 1. That'll bring up Jaden Barker, starting catcher for the Battling Bishops. And Noah Webb will go back to work here. And good looking pitch there. Update from women's lacrosse. Tornadoes 20, Battling Bishops 2. As these two schools go at it over at Islamel Family Field. Big day for the Tornadoes women's lacrosse team. Leading the charge, Parker Moore with 7 goals and 2 assists. Zan Hill has 5 goals and 3 assists. Meanwhile, it's been all NC Wesleyan here at Gilcone Field, game 1 of this doubleheader. Women's tennis underway. Brevard and Meredith, talking about a sport that is difficult in these kind of conditions with the heavy winds. Have to hand it to the Tornado tennis team on the women's side having to endure these conditions. And called strike 3. Good looking pitch there. As Webb able to get a strikeout. Strikeout number 6 by the Tornadoes pitching staff. So pinch hitter there was Colin Scoggins, and that'll be ruled an error. So Scoggins able to get aboard. That'll bring up Paget. So ruled an E6 on the throw there. So Paget now your base runner, or man at the plate, with Scoggins, the pinch hitter. Scoggins pinch hit for Scott, who is the designated hitter in that 6 hole. as this is driven deep to left field, and that's going to be a home run for Paget on a 1-1 count. Hit that deep to left field. The wind certainly may have aided that as well, but the bottom line is now a 13-1 lead after that blast. Now batting right field number 25, Alex Moscal. That'll bring up Alex Moscal. Quintana awaits on deck. Pitch from Webb. Able to get that across the plate, paint that inside corner against the left-handed hitting Moscal. A home run there from Paget, as this is bounced to Cale Ayler, and that'll be a base hit for Moscal. Bit of a communication issue at the same time. That'll bring up Quintana. First pitch to Quintana of the looking variety. While that was ruled a base hit by the official scorer, it's the sort of play that Tornadoes should make and really have to make. But some miscommunication there between Ayler and Webb. But from an official scoring perspective, is ruled a hit. Starting to see some movement in the Tornadoes bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that. Also, we've had movement in the Battling Bishops bullpen, as this is driven to left field. Runners first and second on the base hit by Quintana. Still one out here. And back to the top of the order we go, Zach Lyon. Now batting left field number 42, Zach Lyon. Update from men's lacrosse in Cary, North Carolina, second period. William P. 6, Brevard 4. Softball update as well in Buena Vista, Virginia. It's been all Southern Virginia. 9-0 the lead over the Tornadoes. Game one of that doubleheader, bottom of inning number 3. As this is popped up in foul territory, Ayler able to make the play. Out number 2. Now batting shortstop number 11, Luke Chung. I'll bring up Chung. He certainly has been a factor in this one. 2 down. Webb versus Chung, the pitch. Curveball there, able to fool Chung for called strike 1. Webb now 31 pitches. Able to get that one across as well. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. 13-1 NC Wesleyan on top. And the pitch. Fouled back. Webb continuing to work that curveball. This is driven to center field, and Clark's able to lasso it in for out number 3. So Webb and the Tornado defense able to get out of that top of the sixth. However, 2 more runs for NC Wesleyan on 3 hits and 1 error. There were 2 left on. Due up next inning, Clark, Ayler, and Vasquez for the Tornadoes. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Your score, NC Wesleyan 13, Brevard 1. So Logan Clark will lead things off for the Tornadoes. So Stolesworth outing continues. And first up, Logan Clark. Swing and a miss there. Stolesworth going just over the 90 pitch mark here in this Clark at bat. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's able to retire Clark. That'll bring up Cale Ayler. Now batting for your Tornadoes, first baseman number 26, Cale Ayler. First pitch to Ayler off the mark. One now the count, as that was fouled away. And the pitch to Ayler. Off the plate. 2-1. Pitch there missing, so hitters count for Ayler. What did you... So 2 balls, 2 count, strikes. It's a bit of confusion with the balls and strikes down with the home plate umpire. Now 3-2. So that's fouled off. Final from women's lacrosse, Brevard 20, NC Wesleyan 2. Full count here, Ayler versus Stolesworth. And ball 4, so Ayler able to take first base. I'll bring up Frankie Vasquez. Now batting for your Tornadoes, third baseman number 19, Frankie Vasquez. So that was the second walk issued for Stolesworth in this contest. He struck out 9 Tornado batters. Allowed 3 hits thus far with 1 run. Now hitting the 100-pitch mark. And able to turn a double play there, the first we've seen of the contest. Well done there by the NC Wesleyan defense. Your score, NC Wesleyan 13, Brevard 1. Back here at a windy Gilcone field, and 13-1. It's been all NC Wesleyan in this one. Hobbs, the batter. New pitcher for the Tornadoes is Andy Farringer. Freshman righty from Holly Springs, North Carolina. Pitch from Farringer. Swing and a miss there, fooling Hobbs. Morgan awaits on deck for the battling Bishops. Been in control this entire ball game. Scored in every inning. En route to a 13-1 lead. Top of inning number 7. as the wind has really picked up. So deep beyond the left field fence, the batting practice turtle that the Tornadoes use, which is a very large piece of equipment, has just blown several yards towards the new facilities building here at Brevard College. The wind continuing to swirl. We've got an absolute dust storm here at Brevard College. Very unusual conditions to see this much wind, even here in the mountains. Wind's continuing to whip through. And the pitch popped up. And this is wind-aided home run to left center field. That ball traveled a long way. It was sky high. It looked like a routine fly out and just kept on going. A home run for Hobbs in some wild conditions suddenly here at Gilcone Field. Now batting second baseman number 23, Davey Morgan. So add another run for NC Wesleyan. Now 14 runs on 16 hits, including a pair of homers. Pitch there off the plate. And the 1-0. Missing there, 2-0. Top of inning number 7. So much of the Tornadoes bullpen now activating to try to get that batting practice turtle back where it belongs after it goes picked up by the wind. As this is flied out to left field. For out number 1. Now batting the catcher number 6, Jaden Barker. That'll bring up Barker. Farringer on the mound for the Tornadoes. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. First pitch swinging is Barker, and this will be handled by the left fielder Granada. So quick out there. And that'll bring up Scoggins, who's moved into that DH position. Now batting number 28, Colin Scoggins. It's now 2 down, as that's fouled away. If the inning continues, Padgett on deck for NC Wesleyan. Oh-2 the count. And the pitch. Just missing there, 1-2. Wind continuing to whip through Gilcone Field at velocities we haven't seen yet today, and we thought we saw some heavy wind earlier. And swing and a miss there. Farringer able to get the strikeout. Nicely done, retiring Scoggins. 7th inning stretch time here at Gilcone Field. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th with your score: NC Wesleyan 14, Brevard 1. So to the bottom of the 7th we go in a 14-1 ball game. Granada, Cruz, and Robinson due up for the Tornadoes. Stolesworth continuing his outing. He's been sensational. The count. Stolesworth thus far 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. (3-1) now the count. As this is driven, sharply hit to third base, but nicely done by the NC Wesleyan third baseman Javi Quintana for out number 1. Now batting for Tornadoes DH number 32, Parker Cruz. So now bring up Parker Cruz with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. After Granada just hammered that down the third base line, but Quintana, some nifty work in the hot corner. As this is driven to short, and that'll be a base hit. It's one of those, with these conditions, a crazy bounce. We've got players' equipment blowing all over the outfield. And base hit there for Parker Cruz. Now batting for your Tornadoes, catcher number 2, Tristan Robinson. Getting a report here from the National Weather Service that gusts have been reported in the area up to 52 miles per hour. Not sure the exact velocity of some of the wind gusts we've seen here, but they've been significant, and hats off to the student athletes persevering through these conditions. Not easy to play the sport of baseball when the wind is howling like this. Trying to think of some other examples. You know, old Candlestick Park in San Francisco was located in a spot before the current San Francisco Giants ballpark, where they would contend with some crazy wind and fog and weather conditions. But despite the sunny skies, this is unprecedented in recent memory here at Gilcone Field. Pitch there. (1-2) now the count. And the pitch. Just missing there. 2-2. Good looking slider there from Stolesworth. Good to see Brady Penn in the house. He'll be bringing the play-by-play action, game number 2 of this doubleheader. As this is driven off the pitching mound, and then a nice play there by the shortstop of NC Wesleyan, Chung, for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the 8th, and that'll be it. That'll be the ball game. So 14-1 will be your final. Final score from Gilcone Field, NC Wesleyan 14, Tornadoes 1. Stick around, game number 2 of the doubleheader coming up next. So your final score here at Gilcone Field, game number 1 of the doubleheader as this game goes final. 14-1, NC Wesleyan with the victory. Stolesworth, the winning pitcher, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. And this game was all NC Wesleyan. 14 runs on 16 hits, no errors. Tornadoes, 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. Lone tornado hits came from Granada, Morton, Cruz, and Robinson. NC Wesleyan, big day, especially from Alex Moscal, going 4 for 4. Couple battling Bishop's home runs as well, and really had control of this entire ball game, scoring in every inning en route to the 14-1 victory. We'll stick around. We'll bring game number 2 of this doubleheader. Connor Crosby will be on the mound for the Tornadoes and see if the Tornadoes can even up this series between the 2 top teams in the USA South Conference. Thanks for joining us here at Gilcone Field.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him. He would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here, At Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Before I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, it's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
Everyone, a very pleasant good afternoon here live from Gilcone Field. Game 2 of a crucial USA South doubleheader between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the North Carolina Wesleyan Battling Bishops. On the mound for the Tornadoes today is the USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week, two-time winner, as a matter of fact, Connor Crosby, with a 5-0 record, ERA just under 4.3. And for Crosby, the battery with him, his battery mate will be Brett Burchett. And speaking of Burchett, we've got the Tornado lineup right here before first pitch. It'll be Blake Burchett, followed up by Luke Morton and Logan Clark in the cleanup spot. Cale Ayler, the first baseman. Frankie Vasquez, reigning USA South Player of the Week. In the 6th spot, Lucas Granada manning the left field spot. In the 7 hole, Parker Cruz, the designated hitter. In the 8th spot, Burchett, the catcher. And then Zach Allison playing right field in the 9 hole. And for the NATOs, going to look to rebound and get off to a better start than they did in Game 1. A couple of unfortunate plays and errors led to early runs for North Carolina Wesleyan and runs that did not stop. An 11-1 defeat. Brady Penn here live with my co-host Eli Carr, just about ready to get things started here at Gill's Place as Crosby toes the rubber here, and he'll be facing Zach Lyon to start things off. First pitch here from the southpaw is in there for strike 1. First pitch, 3:48 here in Brevard, a windy April 1st here. Second pitch from Crosby is lifted in the air, deep left center field, going back, and that one is off the wall. Granada will pick it up and throw into the cutoff man, Morton. It'll be a leadoff double and a deep one at that, off the bat of Lyon to get us going here in Game 2, and Wesleyan picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, that was a few inches away from a leadoff home run there to start this one, and after that first game, that's definitely not how you want to start this one off.
It looked like Logan Clark thought it was going out. Logan Clark didn't even move towards that ball, and Granada able to see that one had a chance of going off the wall, which it did. That'll bring up number 11, Luke Chung. Chung, the shortstop for the Bishops here in the 2 spot. First pitch here from Crosby is swung on and missed for strike 1. Chung from the left-handed batter's box facing the left-handed Crosby. And the 0-1. Breaking ball just misses for ball 1. And for Crosby, it's all about getting movement on that fastball and locating that breaking ball. The 1-1 is sent back foul for strike 2. Been a while since we've seen a Crosby start here on the call at Gilcone Field. Last time we saw him out here was for the Guilford game, the second game in the Guilford doubleheader. The pitch here from Crosby is sent over to second, picked up on a hop by Burchett, bobbles, throw on to first in time, and the lead runner will move over to third. 90 feet away from scoring with one away here. And Crosby did pitch here at Gilcone Field last weekend, a game that I was not on the call for here. No, we had Eli Carr right here next to me. He was here covering up for me last weekend against Pfeiffer, a weekend sweep for the Tornadoes. With one away, here's the first pitch to the 3-hole hitter Jackson Hobbs, and it's a breaking ball that misses way outside for ball 1. One away, runner on third here in the top of the first. Wesleyan against Brevard. And the 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Crosby behind here early to Jackson Hobbs. Hobbs manning first base for the Bishops in this one on the defensive side. And the 2-0. Fastball lifted shallow on the infield. Vasquez has it. And Hobbs will pop out for out number 2. And Crosby with a chance to escape this first inning jam.
Yeah, that was a crucial out right there, keeping that in the infield as much as possible, too, because there's a lot of speed there on third base. And our outfielders playing deep with this wind today in Brevard, so I think any pop out into the outfield would have resulted in a run there.
Davey Morgan here, the cleanup hitter. First pitch from Crosby. Breaking ball misses high and out. 1-0. For Morgan, the second baseman for the Bishops, and a lot of the infield coming up here in the early part of the order. We've seen the shortstop, the first baseman, and now the second baseman. This one lifted foul down the right side over towards the Wesleyan bullpen. The count even at 1 apiece here. Crosby 5-0 on the season, looking to continue that success today. Wesleyan trying to get a run across in an effort to give him that first loss. After taking game 1 of the doubleheader, here's the 1-1. Low, ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Davey Morgan. Crosby comes set, and the 2-1 offering. Check swing. He did not go. Pitch misses, and it'll be 3-1. Crosby just missing a spot there. And now in the hole, 3-1 to Morgan. Here's the pitch. High, ball 4, and runners are on the corners now with 2 away for the Bishops. A 2-out walk there for the Wesleyan second baseman, and it'll bring up Jaden Barker.
And the tendency I picked up on for the Bishops in the first game was the aggressiveness on the base pass, man. So you got to look out for that this game, too. Try and limit as many extra bases as possible.
See if Morgan tries to run on Burchett and get in scoring position. First pitch from Crosby. Whacked in the air. Shallow center. Burchett going back, coming in now, and he cannot make the grab. Burchett may have lost that one in the sun. A run will come across. It is 1-0. Wesleyan.
I really don't think that was the sun, Brady. I think that was the wind. I mean, it is ferocious out here today.
Very high-speed winds out there on Gilcone Field, and may have allowed the first run to come across for Wesleyan. So same situation now, down a run. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Alex Moscow. First pitch. Breaking ball gets the outside part of the plate for strike 1.